All I've known as my religion is the religion that they told me that I belong to. So I studied Christianity, and the more I studied Christianity, the more that it pointed me towards the direction of the Quran. And I remember reading this book one time that said that God had a last message, and that God's last message was that everybody should be a one religion, and what better religion than Islam, because it means submission to the will of the Creator. And that made a lot of sense, at the time, and it still does make sense today. That because people have went astray in the past, God sends another messenger. But one thing I realized is that after my conversion to Islam, a lot of things started to make sense. A lot of things started to be clear. And when you look at history, some people want to be talking about spirituality and that there's a difference, but in all reality, there's not really a difference between spirituality and religion. Religion is just a way of life and the way that you live and the way that you do things. So people try to separate the two, but the reality is that Christianity was also used to enslave us and enslave our minds, especially here in the Americas. So I think when you think about the Crusaders and the conquest of Christianity, you have to take that into account. Constantly fight against Islam. And just like the white people here constantly fight, the white structure, white supremacy constantly fights against blacks and people that try to resist. So when you look at history of Christianity, when you look at the history of how they've been waging wars on Islam for centuries, when you look at the Pope's role and a lot of the shit that has going on in the world, even today, these countries that are waging war on Muslim lands are predominantly Christian countries. So it's a bigger thing that's going on, that we really have to think about, when it comes down to these vicious people. Just sharing some information. Another thing that I learned in my quest for the higher power was that, a lot of the slaves that were brought here from the shores of West Africa were already Muslim. And